Save the pig! What the heck? A pig with a party hat. Hello, Mr. Piggy. The secret piggy. Save the pig, the game. The whole game you're trying to save the pig's life. Help!
We're going to be doing a special tier maker stream this coming Saturday night. So the late stream this coming Saturday the 12th, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, over on DsP Reacts. We're going to do it over there. I'm going to do a special tier maker. The best games of the last 12 years. Alright? From 2010 to 2022. My Game of the Year pick and my runner-up for Game of the Year each year is going to be nominated in a tier maker event. And for 2 hours, we're going to talk and rank and debate about what games still stand the test of time and are still really, really good today, and which games basically faded into oblivion and no one even remembers them anymore. That'll be a fun one. I think we're all going to argue about what were the best games. You know, how do you rank the absolute best game of the last 12 years? There's one event that I've been planning that essentially over the last couple of weeks I've been trying to weigh and balance your opinions and your feedback. And it seems like maybe there's one idea that I had that isn't really working as well, and I think we're going to ditch it. So that idea was that we were going to do a Project 7 live retrospective where I was going to watch all 4 episodes of that old show that I did over a decade ago, Project 7, and I was going to do live commentary over it, and we were going to react to it, and I was going to add in new perspective and stuff like that. But basically what I've seen is a lot of you guys just don't care anymore. Like, I did something similar to this maybe 4 years ago, 3 years ago. But at that time, I didn't have the frame of reference that I have now, because I hadn't watched and reacted to the John and Howard video, where they had talked in depth about their experience making Project 7 with me. I hadn't watched it or reacted to it yet. I did that last year. So if I did this today, if I reacted to Project 7 today, I feel like it would be a different react, like much different, and actually add some needed perspective to the situation. But for most people, they're like, why are you doing this again? That's going to be like a wasted stream. It's not going to be that interesting. We already saw you, watch these back and react to them years ago. Most people are actually saying, what the hell is Project 7, right? I mean, I understand. I haven't done anything with Project 7 in 11 years. So why the hell am I dredging this thing up from the past when it's really a dead project? It's nothing anyone really talks about or cares about anymore. So I basically started listening to your feedback over the last several weeks, and people were like, what's the point? And I guess you're right.
Obviously.
I hook up this PC, and the PC, the way it's working, that PC is now running to my capture device. This capture device is an external capture card that I used to capture from everything, from my consoles, and now from this PC. So, I hooked it up via HDMI, and I turned it on, and it starts to boot. I'm all good, it works, this is excellent. And it goes up, and, of course, it's got to do all the Windows install stuff. And I look over, and I actually notice, over here, it's working with my capture device. I'm like, ooh, this is good. So, I get through all the configuration stuff and all of that, right? And so I downloaded Skyrim, and I downloaded Visage, okay? Skyrim, of course, everyone knows, the last Elder Scroll game, what was it, late 2011, 2012? And then Visage, I believe, came out around 2018, 2019, so, last 5-year PC game, but Visage could look really sick if you have, like, all the settings enabled and everything. So I download both of these games, and as they're downloading, I turn over and I look at my PC, and it says, oh, visuals blocked, copy protection, HDCP is enabled. Why on earth would my new mini PC have HDCP protection enabled? It doesn't make sense. Most people aren't using their PCs to watch movies. They're gaming, they're streaming, they're video encoding. They're not watching movies. Why would I want this on? So I did some research. It took me a while. I had to search through several different videos on the internet, because the problem is, of course, videos are old. I searched, first few videos I found were from like 2018. They were wrong. They weren't correct per my setup. I had to find one. Finally, I found one from 2022 that fully explained that I guess this mini PC has an onboard Radeon video, and you needed to download the latest Radeon software suite, and then when you did that, you could go into the settings, and there was an option to disable HDCP, and once I did that, it worked, and I was like,
we gotta make money.
What I did is I booted up a couple games. First, I booted up Skyrim, and when I booted up Skyrim, immediately, it gave me all these options. Oh, I don't know what settings to put this shit on, so I set it to 1080p, which is the video. I set it to 60 frames per second. I set it to, I believe I set it to, initially the game said low settings, and I said, no, I bet I can pump this to medium settings. So I put everything up to around medium, okay? And I booted it, and if you haven't seen it yet, I did record footage of it last night. And that's what it looks like. It doesn't look great. Like, I recently played Skyrim on the Xbox Series X, and that looked really good. This definitely is not as good as that. You can tell that the graphics, the lighting, and everything is way off. The shadows look absolutely terrible. There's pop-in and stuff. But it still works fine. In fact, I would argue It looks better than when I played the game on my PC, of course, when it was new in 2011, but I mean, that's because there's 11, 12 years have passed, right? So obviously it's going to look better today, even on this rig, that's an underpowered rig, it's still going to look decent. So I was happy. I was like, well, audio synced, everything seems to be working. So then I tried Visage. Now, Visage is a little different because Visage has a lot of visual effects. Like, Visage is all about the lighting and the shadows. So if you don't have lighting and shadows on high, it doesn't look as good. So I had them on set to, like, medium. And after I'd set it, at first it was trying to do, like, a weird windowed mode, and it didn't really fit properly. It had issues. So I just had it go full screen. When it went full screen, it looked much better. But admittedly, it looked a little pixelated. It wasn't bad, but it looked just a little pixelated. I'm like, yeah, it's probably because it doesn't have all the effects on. If I turned all the effects on, it's going to smooth all that out. It's going to make it look a little better, like it did when I played it on console a couple years ago. But I'm like, it's not that bad. It's definitely passable. So, if there's games from, like, the last decade that you guys wanted to see me go back and play, or anytime one of these memeable games comes out, like, I think the latest one, someone was saying it was called Only Up or something like that, this mini PC should absolutely be able to play those games. It's not a crazy, high-end, I can play new games at good settings PC, but it's definitely, hey, you can play reasonable games at a decent level. If you guys ever wanted to see me go back and play throwback games and stuff like that, this PC should absolutely be able to handle something like that.
What?
Now, I need to figure out how to get it to work, because I did actually download fightcade, but I don't know how to use it. Like, it's like, oh, you need to get ROMs, and you need to do configuration settings. I'm looking at it, I'm like, I don't fucking know how to do any of this. This is obviously, it's like a hobbyist's thing. You need to have some knowledge of it, and you need to kind of fuck around with it to get it to work. It wasn't easy to do right away, but I get the feeling, when we get to it, because right now we're not going to get to it. Right now, Street Fighter 6 is the priority. We got Mortal Kombat 1 coming out in a couple of weeks, the beta, and then the real game in September. Those are going to be the focuses. You guys aren't going to want to see retro fighting games when I'm playing the new ones. I know that. Don't worry. I'm not going to jump the gun here and say, let's do a fightcade night right away. No, we're not doing that, okay? But, long term, I definitely can see us doing fight nights. Maybe a modern fight night where I'll play Street Fighter 6 or Mortal Kombat, and then a retro fight night where I play like Super Turbo or an old Versus game, and it's good for variety on the streams, you see? And this is great. This is excellent because fighting games have not been a consistent part of my content for a very long time, and now it looks like they very much might be, and that's a good thing, to have that kind of variety. It is. I'll have people coming back to actually watch me play fighting games regularly. So that's neat, okay? I missed it. I have missed fighting games. I have. It'll be good to have them come back in a good capacity. So this is good. So far, outside of the HDCP issue, seems like everything's working well with the mini PC, although I'm not so sure about the volume issue. We won't know till I actually start playing games on there.
I don't want to say I pity him, but my God, how can you be so disconnected from reality?
Friday, excuse me. Friday will be Street Fighter Friday. All day long Street Fighter. We're going to do the Level 1 podcast, but then I'm going to be interrupted at one point during the day. Around 12:30-ish, I'm going to be interrupted. And I don't know how long the interruption is going to be. It could be half an hour, it could be an hour, I don't know. If it's a short interruption, which I hope it is, then I'm going to come back and we're going to do ranked Street Fighter 6. Again, trying to build my characters back up to the rankings that they were at on Xbox, only this time on PlayStation 5 with my new joystick.
Boing, and now I'm going to masturbate.
Arkham, you're bringing up drama. The person who was banned yesterday was a troll on a fucking sock account. It's that simple. It's not, the whole story was fabricated, the whole thing's fake. It's bullshit. It's someone who I already knew who they were for months and months, and if you believe they're bullshit, it means that you fell for the nonsense. Because that's exactly what they've been trying to do. If you haven't noticed recently, things have been going really well around here, right? Think about it. Street Fighter stuff doing really well. I hit Master Rank. Now the trolls can no longer say that I'm no good at Street Fighter, right? Someone donates a mini PC. This means that now I'm going to be able to make good content moving forward that I wasn't able to do yet. So what happens is, my hater base hates that. They hate the fact that things are going good and things are positive. In fact, I say, oh, I want to upgrade my setup for fighting games. So I do it, and they're like, wait a minute. Phil can afford to upgrade his setup? I don't get it. He's not in financial ruin? No, I'm not in financial ruin. I declared bankruptcy over 3 years ago. Things are getting better. I'm not in horrible financial ruin all the time. It's ridiculous. They say, again, these are idiots, okay? So they were trying to find another way to fucking derail the streams, and they think they succeeded when they didn't, because it doesn't affect me at all. In any way whatsoever. It's nonsense. It was a group of people, again, they come in here with these stock accounts, they've already been banned 5-6 times, they come back in a group, it's their own friend group again, they always talk with each other, they always regurgitate the same detractor memes and shit in the chat, haha, like I don't notice it, and then they try to orchestrate this stuff. So they did, over a couple days, they tried to orchestrate something that didn't work, because they're idiots, and now they're all gone, and now if you didn't notice, today the chat's a lot better, right? You don't have to put up with their nonsensical bullshit. And what'll happen is, they'll sit there for another week or two, and then they'll come back in again with new names, they'll pretend to be friendly, and then they'll sneak this, and they'll do their toxic shit again. It's a vicious cycle. You can't, when you're an online streamer, you can't always get rid of it. But you can deal with it in the moment. and I got rid of it, and that's it. You know, the funny part is they're so stupid, they think I never know about it. They don't realize they have people sitting in their Discord chats, and they tell me everything. I don't even ask. They send me the email, and they say, by the way, just so you know, this person is this person, this person is this person. They've been sitting in your chat all along. It's another one of their sock accounts. And I'm like, okay, I won't say nothing. And then one day they're going to, you know, they'll do the bullshit, and then I'll get rid of them. You know, I don't ask for it. People just do it. Because they don't understand that they're all so drama-filled in their heads. They all backstab each other like morons. They do it constantly. They're just idiots. I never once have said, hey, can you guys tell me about this? No, people just send it to me.
You're a liar. An irresponsible liar. Good Lord, man. Look in the mirror for a second and stop believing your own lies.
I don't ask for it. It's unsolicited. They'll say, just so you know, this person's this person, and there they are. They're doing it again. Here's their plan. All right, thanks. And I'll wait for it, and then I'll take care of it, and then I do. So don't buy into the bullshit. That's what it is, all bullshit. I haven't paid attention to a single moment of it. And then when it happens, goodbye. Everything's good. Literally everything is nice and positive right now. We got all this new content coming out, all this fun stuff happening. The worst thing that happened is that I can't play Street Fighter tonight because they're doing maintenance. That sucks. Outside of that, everything is business as usual. Everything is good. We're not going to entertain their bullshit. All right? I shouldn't be wasting time talking about it, but because you Arkham ass and you're a nice person, I figured I would at least give you the time to satisfactorily answer what you're saying, but understand that you're being fooled by idiots who are basically making shit up constantly on this chat. I mean, they do it all the time.
Oh my god, he's drinking wheelchair donations. Yes. There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me. It's WWE Champions time. I love it. I love it. Is a mobile game addict. Phil has indoctrinated children who send him money, blatantly milking for money. It's a money pit. It's gone, just gone like that. In an instant, fucking gone. I just care about money. That I just can't help it. I eBay. Contributions are mandatory, but I need your help. I am appealing directly to you. No decency, no respect, no common sense, no fucking maturity. Is the guy who just doesn't get reality.